Alright guys, so I haven't been showing you guys too much training videos or content because you already have these, but this is a recent one that we did and this is a recent one we did, and as you can see, there's no excuses. I'm working on my traps. This is downtime training. This is not a part of any program. So I'm working on my traps. You notice you have three. You can do your front, your rear, and your side. Here I'm doing a set of my front rears, which is a warm-up set, which you see my son and my wife and everybody is just, it's just a regular day. Like, schooling. My one son is in his room doing, virtual. We're getting our 4-year-old ready for kindergarten, so he's doing his schoolwork. So it's like you have all that going on. And people will just be like, well, I can't do this because, yes, you can. You can still work things out. So when people have excuses, I look at them like, yeah, okay. Unless you worked every minute, unless you went to work and worked every minute of your free time and you just came home, took a shower, and went to bed, I'm looking at you like, I'm not trying to hear that. That you're just saying you don't care about yourself. But that's a whole nother subject and for someone else. We're talking about right here, shoulder trap training. We're training our traps. A lot of people do not do that. They associate the shoulders with the traps, or they just don't work their traps at all. As you see, my big head 4-year-old multitasking as well. But yeah, here's 3 sets. I only did 3 sets. As you can see, it's not a lot of weight, but I'm focusing on the contraction, which is, squeezing at the top. The rep range, I think, was like 11. I think I did 11, 10 to 12. I don't know. You could count. Probably did like 11. But I really don't count. I go by feel now on this time. And you can see, watch me really focusing on squeezing at the top. The range of motion. These are the things that are really key when you're working your traps. It should always, it should be about the squeezing. Even if you're working your chest, your arm is always the squeeze, that flex. That's where it's at. Here I'm working the rear, and I remember I couldn't even do this kind of weight. It was an awkward exercise. This is a proof that your body adapts to anything. This is proof that it adapts. I remember my body would not, I first started doing these exercises and my body was like, it was an awkward position. Now it's comfortable. Like I can literally do up to 225, maybe even more with that. I've done it in the gym. That's how I know. The reason why I haven't been to the gym, I've been working solely at home, is because of the pandemic and the rules of wearing a mask everywhere you go. I'm not really too fond of that. Will I go to a gym again? We'll see. Probably will, just to see, but it's the mask thing. It's killing me. How can you breathe? You're just breathing into a mask. It's hard, so we decided a couple years ago, buy our own weights is better. And as you see here, I'm doing a superset where I'm working my shoulders. Again, those are only 25-pound dumbbells. But after you do your front and your rear and you work your sides as a superset, man, listen, your traps, if they're not burning, you're not doing something right. Your arms should not be bothering. It should not be no arms. Again, you see me squeezing at the top, working the rear of my trap. A lot of people don't do that. And it's squeezing. It's the squeeze at the top. That's where you feel it. That's where you get, like, the threads are being shredded. You're contracting that muscle at its fullest point. This is where you can feel it. I did 3 sets of all 3. I always work my traps. I don't worry about the time. I just take my time on the rest because I'm not, like I said, I think I did 2 minutes, but usually I do 4. People are like, you can't do that. You do whatever you want. Like, don't listen to people telling you what you can and cannot do. Do what works for you. I say that all the time. So here I am supersetting, and my traps feel and look just the way I want them to look. So that's why I say, everybody, I got these theories. It's up to you. Do it the way you want to do it. Here I am supersetting again, like I said, 25s with the dumbbells. You see my kettlebell there, Leo, the lion kettlebell decides to make an appearance. But again, the third set, I think this is my third set here. I'm not too sure. But again, squeezing at the top. Some people don't even go that far up. Some people go farther up than that. Like, I've seen people do it with dumbbells, and you really get that squeeze. The squeeze is where it's at. The range of motion and the squeeze, you really feel. You should be contracting that muscle. If you don't feel it, you're not doing something right. If you do feel it, you're doing something right. As you can see there, I'm helping, well, you don't see, but I'm helping my son with his schoolwork as well. So there's a multitasking in all this, So again, people that's making these excuses, I can, and I have family, I have a wife, I have a husband, I have kids. You see, there's no excuse. You make the time to get it in. If you're determined, if you got time, like my mother always used to say, if you got time to do what you want to do, you got time to do what you have to do. In this case, this is very critical, especially in these times with the pandemic where we got to wear masks everywhere we go, to really focus on your health and getting your body in the best shape it can be.